It's exactly what Iran is doing. They enrich up to 60%. They play games with the UN inspectors. Why? Because Iran is a bellicose nation. They export war to Lebanon, Syria, Palestine, and Yemen. They have enemies. They make enemies, and they want to appear stronger than they actually are. What do you do with a country like Iran that stirs up so much trouble in the region and is run by theocratic tyrants? Yes, I'm talking about Iran, not the United States, although they're interchangeable. What do you do with a country that disrespects the UN, just like the United States does? What do you do when you're America and you consider yourself indispensable and the world's police officer? What do you do with Iran? Well, we all know a ground invasion would be a disaster. Can't happen. I've been wrong about many things, but a ground invasion is not going to happen. Trump would have to bring back the draft, which they're already hinting at. They're not going to do it. Ground invasion means you need to occupy the entire country of Iran. You're going to need about 500,000 soldiers to keep 90 million Iranians in control. You have to install a pro-Western regime that the Iranian people won't detest and rise up against, requiring America to ask for help from our European and Persian Gulf allies, all of whom Trump spat on. Trump is basically doing this alone. So that's what Rumsfeld was told. That's what Bush was told before he went into Iraq. You need hundreds of thousands of troops. Now, we're going to do it on the cheap. And once we topple Saddam Hussein, the appetite for freedom and democracy is so rabid, the Iraqi people will rise up and a democracy will magically appear. So Trump is stupid. He doesn't believe that. He knows that isn't going to happen. He wants a failed state in the Middle East. That's what Israel, Saudi Arabia, and America want. They want failed states in the Middle East. Lebanon, Syria, Yemen, Iraq, Iran. That's the plan. Failed states, sectarian violence, Arab against Arab, Persian against Persian, Kurd against what they want these countries fighting among themselves so they don't fight Israeli, Saudi, or American interests in the region. So the plan is working. That is the plan. That is the plan. But we're pretending, or at least Trump is pretending, well, we want stability in the region. No, you don't. Stability is bad for Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the United States. You don't want stability. You want oil, and you want to drop bombs because that's good for business. Well, we know, okay, so what do you do with Iran if you're a responsible president like Joe Biden or Barack Obama? If, let me say, a somewhat responsible president, what do you do? Well, bombing doesn't work, you know that. Ground invasion won't work, especially since it didn't work in Iraq, especially since the current prime minister of Iraq is an ally of Iran's, and especially because the political will here in the United States isn't there. Economic sanctions don't work because they have never worked. Okay, what do? You do what Obama did, and you make a deal. That's what you do. You do what Europe did and what Obama did. You make a deal with Iran.